All right, so it's time to sell the CraigCat. I think my son is really liking fishing, and this thing is just too tough to fish off of. Great for the flats if you want to get out and wade, but besides that, you really got to get a flats boat. A lot of fun though. It's a 2024 CraigCat. It has 94 hours on it. I bought it exactly a year ago, and it had, I think, around 50 hours on it. So put about 44 hours on it. Done a lot of different things to it. I've done everything you need to do to a CraigCat that they don't do from the factory. So first thing is raise the seats. They come too low and it's uncomfortable, so they're raised up 3 inches. Higher back seats. These are brand new seats with a higher back, much more comfortable. Then once you raise the seats, you need to raise the bimini top so your head fits under. So here you have starboard blocks that raise it up 3 inches. Very sturdy. It's going to be sold with the cooler, with the sound core. It's going to be sold with the PFDs. Also, I've added a fuel filter, fuel water separator on it. They do not come like that from the factory. Replaced the fuel line with black fuel line, not gray fuel line, so I use the good stuff. You've got a paddle. Got 2 spare props. This is the original one that came on it. Then I got a 4-blade for when I have a heavier buddy on it. The 4-blade really pops it up. So if you want to hop on plane quick, it's not going to have a high top end, but as far as popping up on plane, it really works well. I think all around with my son, I weigh about 190 and he is about 125, and the 9.9 by 12 is excellent. 30 horsepower, 4-stroke Tohatsu. When I got it around 50 hours, the guy had already done the initial oil change, so it wasn't due till 100 hours, but I went ahead and did it at about 60 hours. So it's at 34 hours now. So at 60, so you wouldn't need to do it until 160 every 100 hours, but I like doing it every 50. Why not? It's cheap and it's good insurance. Over here, I've got this anchor setup, which works great. Took me a while to figure this out. So it screws into the sand, and then you've got this that goes from 7 feet to 14 feet. So it's elastic and stretches. So you can have this thing right off the beach with the waves, and it will come back and then pull back forward where you had it. I have a couple YouTube videos. You're probably not going to find another CraigCat seller that's documented going through everything. I have a video I'll put a link to that shows going through the steering box and re-greasing that, taking this all apart, re-greasing that. This is super smooth now. You've got a holder for your cell phone. Also, from the factory, they put a momentary switch in for the outboard. So I removed that. They got to do it for people that don't know boats and aren't familiar with CraigCats to keep them from trimming the motor up too much and the prop hitting the pontoons. So I have it now to where you can totally cut off the trim, or you can have it where you can trim it from here all the way up as far as you want. One of the main things people complain about these CraigCats is them not planing or not running fast enough. It's because you do need to trim up the motor. So what I've done is I put these aluminum plates here because I'd rather the prop hit those and screw up the prop than screw up $4,000 pontoons. So to get a CraigCat to plane right, you got to trim the motor up. So once you're on plane, go ahead and trim it up. It doesn't need to be all the way down. It's going to run a heck of a lot better. So now you don't have to hold the momentary switch down with a left arm while you're running and try to trim it up. That was a really bad setup. Oh, trailer, another video on that, on everything I did. So you've got a new jack, you've got a new hitch, a new spare tire here, new winch, and then I also lifted the trailer up. So now it has 12-inch wheels instead of those tiny ones that come with it from the factory. All new hardware on it. Now you can feel comfortable towing this at 75 miles an hour, no problem at all. Also redid the bunks. So pressure treated 2x6s, and I ran them full length of the pontoons instead of just the 2 across. Because every catamaran boat I see, they have them like this on their trailer. There's not just 2 that it sits on. This is much more supportive. So this trailer is going to be one of a kind for a CraigCat here. Another thing is this ratchet strap. It's sweet because it retracts in, and then you pull it out and you just click it and it'll hold it tight to the trailer. I've got a GoPro mount on the other side, so you can mount a GoPro. Also, it does have the rod holders. I just can't fit it into my garage when those are on. That's why that's down like that. So those will be included, and we'll put those on for whoever buys it. Whatever price I have it listed at, that's the price. I'm going to be firm on the price. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, on my YouTube channel, I'm going to link to, I've got all the videos and everything that I did. All right, so I'm just gonna go over everything that you'll have with the CraigCat because it's gonna be turnkey. You're gonna have this flexible line right here that attaches to a drill-in anchor. It's really nice. It flexes from, I think, 7 to 14 feet. So as the waves come in, it just flexes. It's really nice to keep you close to shore. You're gonna have a cooler. You're gonna include this sound core Bluetooth speaker. You're gonna have a mount for your cell phone. You're gonna have 2 personal flotation devices that auto inflate if you hit the water, or you pull the red cord and they'll inflate automatically. Got the Bimini top raised up 3 inches since we raised up the seats 3 inches, so now you can comfortably ride under it. I've added a fuel water filter, which they don't do from the factory. That's a really good thing to do. Make sure you don't get water contamination, keeps your fuel clean. You're also going to have an anchor right here. It does have rod holders, but I can't get it into a standard garage. It just hit, so I have to remove the rod holder when I take it out of the garage, and we're not fishing today, so I have it off. I use these ties to strap things together, like for instance the anchor. I'll have it strapped up here. Works perfectly. Got 2 new seats, really comfortable. You've got the built-in stereo on it. You've got your lights for night use. You've got a mount for a GoPro up here. You can film everything. So complete turnkey solution, ready to go. It's running great. Oil's been changed. It's perfect. I want to get a shot with the Bimini top on, or up I should say, with the 3-inch lift. So much better. Also, another thing I wanted to point out is flush port on the motor. You can do a little quick connect if you want. You got the shutoff right here. Flush the motor out easily. Only ran non-ethanol fuel in this while I've had it. And there was something else. Let's see. Got pool noodles protecting the fuel line. That's right, so I put in new fuel line, so not the gray bad stuff. I did the black expensive fuel line. That's very important. Battery is original, but I've had it sit for 2 months and still fired right up, and obviously when you're running it, it's charging. And most important, you have 2 custom made pool noodles that go behind the seats. That's worth a lot of money. All right, just got back from a trip, so every time I go out, I wash the boat down with this salt remover. I let it sit all over the trailer, and then I do fresh water, and then I do the concentrate through the motor when I'm flushing it, let it sit for a minute, and then rinse it back with fresh. So that's done every time. Probably overkill, but that's how I like to do things. Trailer, same thing. I just redid the whole trailer. All these parts are new. You got a new hitch, you got a new lock, you got a new jack with the wheel, spare tire that isn't aluminum, or I'm sorry, galvanized, because I just got it off the marketplace, so I'd have a spare. So that is a steel rim, but so far it's not rusting. I got a new winch. Everything's pretty much new. Another unique thing I did on this one is I added this strap right here. So that's retractable. You just pull it out, and then you couple clicks and it's tight down. That's really nice. You got the transom support here. This is definitely, you have to have this or you will crack the fiberglass or the aluminum here. So very important. If you don't have that on your CraigCat, you definitely need one of those.